Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank you for the chances that has been given to me today to actually talk about this house post awards and recognition in the creative and artistic field. So I am here today as the opposition team for this motion, which means I would like to disagree with this motion. Now, before I go into my argument, I would like to firstly define our motion first. What is it actually? So I would like to start by defining what art actually is. Now, art is something that human made to express and communicate, to show people how they actually feel. Now, with this art, people can actually feel what the artist actually feels. Now, these feelings can be relatable sometimes that some people actually enjoys it. Now, because they enjoys it so much, they want to give an award to the artist. Award is something to show an appreciation, to show a recognition for them for making the art so good. Now, before I go to my actual argument, I would like to firstly argue with my opposition. Now, first of all, the first point is that artists will feel bad when they don't actually get the award. I would like to disagree with this because artists make their art through their feelings. It's not about winning, it's not about losing. They make it because they are enjoying it. And it is something to express themselves too. And another point is that even if they lose and they still got the nomination, people would know who they are because from that nomination it can actually promote them, it can actually promote their name. Now people will eventually hear their music and probably will like it too, and it will and the artist will gain way more fame because of that. Now another thing I would like to talk about is the unfairness of the competition. My opponent also said there is some racial issues in the award. And yeah, first of all, it's the unfairness because of the elite executive that play some dirty thing in the competition. Yeah, actually, to make that thing clear is we have only one solution: to just make the voting part transparent and give the public some percentage on who to vote. So the result will not be purely from the executive. The result will be way more clean. The result will be way more valid because it is transparent. Because the voting was showed. The voting was there. And another thing about the racial issues, I would also like to disagree with it because it's not a thing, it is a thing in this world, but in this case, racism is not included because the amount of black people, for example, and the white people in the film industries is dominated by white people. So it is normal that black people will eventually won less award than the whites. And sometimes the white people that is winning an award also have quality, like they are way more better than the blacks. It is fact. It is not about racism. Another thing that proves that it is not about racism in this case is that in 1934, Hattie McDaniel won an award, an Oscar award. Now, if this problem is all about racism, then she wouldn't have won it because, as you guys know, in 1934, the racism there is way more worse than in today's world. There were no movement or something like that. The discrimination is still very solid. Now, my opponent also mentioned that it ruined the value of the art. Will it really ruin the value of the art? I do not think so. Because if there is no awards at the first place, the value will always ruin if the artist is looking up to the market, if the artist always looking on what the majority likes, then their art would eventually get ruined. Because it is all about market. They want money, they look up the market. But if the artist doesn't really care about the market and they just want to do art because they want to express their feeling, the value will not be ruined. And some of them even combine, for example, old genres like jazz with like modern things like R&B, and they combine it and make a new genre, which is a positive thing because there will be new things to enjoy on, and yeah. So another thing that my opposition has mentioned that the awards will create a tournament for the artists. Well, it is really not the case because tournament is always there, even though if there will be no award. And this award is not creating a tournament, it's just an entertainment for the crowd, for the community. Because of course we all have our own favorite artists, and it is interesting to see who actually win this year, to actually support our artists for them to actually win the award someday, right? It is interesting. It is there is some certain feelings of satisfaction when they actually win our favorite artists. It is all about entertainment and market. And Oscar never give any money, so really no side or no team in here will be in disadvantage when they do have an award for the art, because the artist that loses also gain a popularity which can promote their art, which could probably help them win in the next year. We never know. Now I would like to state my actual argument on this topic that we have here. So first of all, the award would not make the artist feel bad. It actually will motivate them to create a better art, to improve themselves, to actually have a purpose on why they are actually doing art. And art itself is, well, one of the criteria of the art is something that we can enjoy. So art has to be enjoyed by some people. And also it can lead us to historical significance. Historical significance because if someone or some artist win an award, there will be always someone that write the history of it. Now, because of this data, the next generation of us could actually see what the data shown, and they can search it up on probably searching engine that they will have in the future, and will probably enjoy the music because it was the best at its time. Now that is all for me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.